This poem is called DXM, My Friend. My bad. Is this better? Alright, good. There's something I've needed to get off my chest. Saying it out loud so that it can exist in a more tangible form rather than just being a pattern of synapses in my head. So to begin, I'll just set for you the scene. I'm a drug-addicted kid and I'm too comfortable with driving under the influence, and 4 months ago I aged 19. For a year now, I've been made the bitch of an over-the-counter dissociative that you've all been taking without knowing it, and I will often refer to it as cough medicine. And although I love taking the tussin, but before every hard motherfucker in here just starts dissing, I just want you all to listen for a moment. You see, I've been smoking the green since I was 14, and I don't say that to brag, merely to establish my credibility, and I've eaten the magic fungus and devoured its brother mescaline in the peyote cactus and put 9 doses under my tongue at once. I've insufflated numerous white mixtures from opiates to powder extracted from coca leaves down to ecstasy, though that last one never worked for me and I gave up looking for her in purity because $10 was too rich for me. DXM has fucked me up harder than any of these last drugs I mentioned, so don't tell me to find a real drug, just listen to my explanation. In 1 bottle of Robitussin, there's 360 milligrams of dextromethorphan, or the 12-pill equivalents of my favorite generic off-brand, so for a first good trip for my buddies, I recommend to ingest 3/4 of it. Please do not get any ideas. It's not my intention to convert anyone into a DXM dependent. I'm not looking to unlock a Pandora's box. I just thought I would mention. But here's where things get interesting, because over my last 16 months of abuse of these little bastards got out of hand. So in my first semester of my senior year, I get expelled after 3 drug offenses, and my AP chemistry teacher told me I could not be a drug user and a success. But in vain I continued attempting to prove him wrong, and now it takes me 48 pills to get fucked up. And this isn't the end of my Woe Is Me song, and for those who want me to just shut up, don't worry, I'm almost done. So in mid-October I got my high school diploma, and with a steady job and no homework I worked massive hours, but I was still a functional addict and under many people's noses, but those who saw it knew what signs they were looking for, and I really just got tired and just opted for stepping out the door. And here's where the fun begins, because now I would go to coffee shops alone without friends after work just to trip my fucking nuts off and wait until I was sober to drive home without swerving all over the goddamn road. And then I get to my abode and quickly I try to get to my room before my mom questions me too much, because I guarantee she already knew that I was fucked up, and then I wait for her to bitch at me till I'm half asleep and leave me to my peace. But on these nights my mind is never welcomed by sedation, because DXM is still flowing through my central nervous system, making essential organs function twice at what is necessary. So I'm awake while my world sleeps around me, listening to the sounds of my body breathing softly. I plead with my physiology for just a few moments of sleep, perpetuated in this limbo state until I hear my parents getting up for bed and I smell fresh brewing coffee. So downstairs I descend, fingers in my eyes, feigning as if I was awakened by the sunrise. And you see, I confess that I'm sick of being an addict, sick of every 3 days of sobriety feeling like a fucking achievement and proceeding not to celebrate my good behavior with self-indulgence on the weekend. And I admit that I need to circumcise my own freedoms and limit myself to fight my demons. And this is a list of my admissions. I want to be sober, and it begins with my confession.